What up, ladies and germs? It's your boy Audiomatron here. On my previous video, I talked about how I don't like crashing on my ride cymbals, which is what I ultimately determined it was. It wasn't that I don't like crashing on rides. It was like I don't like crashing on my ride cymbals because they're both too heavy. And I asked you guys to tell me which cymbals you preferred. And man, I think I got more comments on that video than I've got on any of my long form videos. I say that. Maybe. Anyway, I digress. And you guys did not disappoint. You came through with some excellent suggestions, all of which I'm sure are fine cymbals, but now I'm left with a conundrum. Which cymbal do I buy? Well, ladies and germs, we're going to solve this in the best way possible, which is really how you should solve all your problems in life. Gambling. So right here, we have a spin wheel. It's not really like right here. That's just like superimposed on my screen. It's actually on my computer, but you get it. Anyways, a spin wheel with all the cymbals listed that you guys suggested. Now, how this is going to work is I'm going to spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, I'm going to eliminate until we get down to the very last one. And whichever cymbal ends up as the last one is the one that I will buy. I was going to say that I might buy just to like kind of save my ass in case it's one that I don't want. Because I have a couple that I kind of hope win. Actually, I kind of hope it's a Sabian or a Meinl just because that's the two brands of cymbals I already have. But really Sabian, so to go with my Paragons. But anyways, doesn't matter. I'll buy it and I'll likely have a very nice cymbal. Or maybe I'll have a terrible cymbal. Either way, I'm going to have to save up for the cymbal. And then when I get it, I'll test it out and let you guys hear how it sounds. So, here are our contenders. All right, first up, we have the Sabian AA Bash ride cymbal. This got an unlathed bell, rest of it's lathed. All right, next up, we have the Zildjian K Sweet Ride cymbal, 21 inch. All right. Next up, this cymbal is cool. This is actually kind of the one I hope wins because I really dig that. That looks fucking sick. And just reading about it sounds like it may be the one I need. But anyways, if it gets eliminated, I'm not getting it. Or maybe I'll get it later anyways. But for the purposes of this, I'm fucking rambling. We got this Sabian 18-inch AAX Omni Crash Ride cymbal. All right, this is cool. So like, it's got this unlathed portion, and then the outer part is lathed, supposedly to make that part like more crashable or whatever. All right. We got the Meinl Byzance 21-inch traditional polyphonic ride cymbal. If you want to see traditional, I actually think of a video that one of my viewers actually made in response to this, a guy named Ryan Groom. And he talked about how, like, back in the day, cymbals were just cymbals, and you would just have two different sounding ones, like two different sounding cymbals. You know, so like maybe you play this part of the song on this cymbal and this part of the song on this cymbal to kind of differentiate the tones or the parts of the songs. That wouldn't really like crash or ride. It was just cymbal, and you could do both. And he was talking about he showed some of the cymbals that he has that are versatile enough to do both of those things. So when I see traditional, that kind of makes me think of what he said on that video. So 21-inch traditional polyphonic ride. All right. Next, somebody suggested. Actually, I think it was may have been like one of my first comments on this. Byzance, the Meinl Byzance Serpents ride. So it's got a little snake on it. At first, I couldn't find this when I just like searched it up on Sweetwater, but it exists. It's got a snake. All right, then we have the Zildjian K We have the Zildjian K 22-inch Constantinople. Modern day Istanbul, I think. Anyways, a medium thin ride cymbal. All right. I don't know if that's the right one. I'll research it more, but all right. Next up, we have the Peisty 22-inch Formula 602 Modern Essentials ride cymbal. I haven't had a Peisty cymbal since I was like 14 years old. My set came with like a pair of Zildjian New Beats and a couple of Peisties. But I decided I wanted to be a Sabian guy, and I traded all that shit, including those very nice hi-hats for B8 Pros, because I didn't fucking know any better. But you know what? The B8 Pros, not bad sounding cymbals. I didn't think anyways. I used them for a long time until I got my Paragons. All right, next we had the Peisty 22-inch giant beat. The viewer actually said giant bell, but I couldn't find that. This is the only giant anything I see from Peisty, so giant beat. And if I'm wrong, let me know, especially if this cymbals wins, because I'd hate to buy the wrong one. All right, and then we have... Oh, that's just where I searched. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 cymbals on the list. All right, ladies and germs. Let's let the gambling commence. Do a little fucking hell. Little drinking while they're gambling. I wish there was like a real casino where somebody would like come around and like comp me free beers while I'm doing this. All right, so this. Where the fuck is my mouse? This window says hold to spin, so we're gonna hold it. Boom. All right. Not the Omni, not the Omni, not the Omni, not the Omni. All right, so we will not be getting the CBN AA Bash Ride. So we're gonna move that John from the list. Boom, you're out of here. Sabian AA Bash Ride. You look like a cool cymbal, sir, ma'am. Who am I to assume the cymbal's gender or sexuality? Fine. All right. Let's spin the wheel again and see what we get. Or don't get, rather. All right. Boom. Here we go. Not the Omni, not the Omni. Maybe I should just buy the Omni. No, because that doesn't make fun content. The Peisty Giant Beat. That looked like a cool cymbal, but... Peisty Giant Beat. You're gone. You're out of here. Let's remove the Peisty Giant Beat. And then there were 6. All right, ladies and germs, let's spin the wheel again. Come on. Daddy needs a new cymbal. Daddy needs a new cymbal. All right. The Mino Byzant Serpent's Ride. Well, that's the blue one, right? Boom. You're out of here. Over. Let's eliminate it. Bye-bye, Byzant's Serpent's Ride. All right. Now, we are down to 5. Let's spin this wheel. Big money, big money, big money. It is going to be big money. These are all the most fucking expensive cymbals I've ever seen in my life. Oh. Well, guess I'm not going to be getting the Omni. All right, the Sabian AAX Omni. Don't worry. I'll buy you later. All right. Here we go. We're going to spin again. We're down to... Okay, so right now, we're down to the Zildjian K Sweet Ride, the Mino Byzant's traditional polyphonic, K Constantinople, and the Formula 602, which is the most fucking expensive cymbal I've ever seen. I'm sure there are more expensive ones. I thought my Paragons were expensive. This motherfucker here, golly. Anyways, back to the wheel. Back to the gambling. Let's go. Come on. Land on something stupid. They're not stupid. These are all great cymbals. Peisty, Modern Essentials. Watch it be the $900 cymbal. By the way, I'm not buying. Whatever I land on ain't getting bought new. I'm buying the shit used. I buy most stuff used. Actually, that red drum set right there is the like the first and only new drum set I ever bought. My Paragons. Well, those Mino Darks were new as well, but like my Paragons, my DW collectors, all that shit bought used. Anyways, Peisty, Modern Essentials. You're out of here. gone. All right. Well, that didn't go well. I'm not doing this well, but I'm not doing it again either. All right. We're down to just 3 choices, ladies and germs. We're down to the nitty gritty. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Please land on the $900 cymbal. Monopolyphonic. Blah, blah, blah. The monopolyphonic. Well, it's gone. That's a cool looking cymbal too. Kind of hate to see it go. All right. We are down to the last 2. So whichever one's left here is the cymbal that I buy. The cymbal that I save up for and buy. They're all goddamn expensive. All right. Or that I buy used if I can find it. All right. Well. The Zildjian Sweet Ride. You are gone, and we are left with the Zildjian K Constantinople medium thin ride cymbal. One, if you're the commenter on my last video, if you haven't watched this, if this was the one you meant, let me know. And let's see. Shouldn't put my tripod so close to me. Let's see who was the commenter that commented on that. REH331 said you might want to try the K Constantinople. Oh, he had another one in there, the Minal Sand. That's cool. I forgot to put it on there. So that user. Jesus, dude, what are we at work? Are we in IT? Are you guys my users? Am I going to help you fix your computer? This viewer suggested like 3 different symbols. So, anyways, Zildjian 22-inch K Constantinople. Why can't I say that today? Constantinople. The Zildjian K Constantinople symbol is the one I will be getting. I'm just curious. All right, medium thin ride, $5.99 versus $7.24. I mean, that's better. Zildjian K Constantinople medium ride cymbal demo, $487. So maybe I can get it for like $400, $500, $600, $700. God damn it. Anyways, ladies and germs. So what I want you guys to do in the comments, this cymbal, any of you who have played this cymbal, is this going to be a good choice? What I want is to be able to ride on it. Like I want it to be like pingy and stuff to where I could do like rock type shit. Ping, 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 you know. But I also want it to double as a crash so I don't have to use 2 crash cymbals. I want to be able to like, because that's something I never do either because I hate the way it sounds, but it sounds great if people have the right cymbals. I think I've just never had the right cymbals for some of these things. And so I've like formed an opinion on certain like drumming techniques that are maybe like ill-informed. Well, not maybe, they definitely are. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. The Zildjian K Constantinople medium thin ride. Is that going to be my guy? Is that going to do what I want it to do? Anyways, so now comes the fun part. I got to save up for this fucker and buy it. Make sure, like, subscribe, comment, etc. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.